Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I'm Claire from The Wanderlust Way, and here on the channel we are about all things having an adventure, making the most out of life. We're going to lots of places this year, so if you want to subscribe to the channel, if you can, then you'd get notifications of when we go to new places. But today we have been to the Deep in Hull. I'm filming the intro here because it's bank holiday. The Deep was pretty busy today, guys. So there was no way that I was going to be able to start talking with all the people that were around. Not only is it a bit annoying for everybody, but also you wouldn't hear a word I was saying. So if you haven't heard of it or been before, the Deep is one of the largest aquariums in the UK. It cost over £52 million to build. And part of that was funded by the National Lottery. So it's a big project and there's a lot there to see. There's over, I think, 5,000 animal species or animals there. Including my favourite, penguins. They've got penguins there. So what else have they got? So they have sharks, they have stingrays, they have jellyfish. The jellyfish collection here at the Deep is incredible, including what they have is a jellyfish nursery. I think that's what you call it, where they breed the baby jellyfish, and there's various tanks that you can see that progressing, so that's really cool to see. We'll start off with the car park. So the car park is directly outside the museum. You do have to pay to get into the car park, but I believe all this money goes back into the conservation, so it's worth paying, guys. Now, the Deep itself is located in Hull, which is in East Yorkshire. Hull was once awarded the City of Culture. So there's quite a few other things happening in Hull if you wanted to make a weekend of it. Now, the Deep is nestled on the Humber estuary. So when you go up into up the stairs of the Deep, you can look over and you can see the Humber estuary there, which is quite nice to look at on a nice day. So going back to the Deep, so when you get into the Deep, if you've bought your tickets online in advance, then great. If not, just go straight through and pay. The ticket prices, it's £19.75 for an adult's ticket, and children between 3 and 15 are £15.50. Now, the beauty of this place is that the ticket that you buy is an annual ticket, so you pay that price at the door and then you can keep going back for a full year. So this was our second visit to the Deep. We like to try and visit it as many times as we can, really, because I do believe that it's putting money back into the system, which is fantastic. And every time we go, actually, we went last July and today we are in May, and I can see that they've done some new things, some new exhibits, so it's worth keep returning. There's always new things going on. It looked like they had more sharks there as well, so I don't know. The Deep is the world's only submarium. That means, I believe, that it's partly submersed into the water, so partly submersed into the estuary of the Humber. I think that's pretty cool. Another really cool thing here, guys, has Europe's deepest tunnel, viewing tunnel. That means, so you walk through it, you see all the fish above you, and that's pretty incredible too. So it's the deepest one in Europe. Once you get into the deep, you've got your tickets and you've sorted all that out, you will go firstly into an area of coral reef section, shall we say. And in this coral reef section, there are some incredible species of animals, and you can get quite close to them as well. So in here, you'll find your rays, you'll find your big fish, and the coral life and all that sort of stuff. Deep, it takes you on a bit of a journey. So you go right back through the prehistoric times. You'll see skeletons, you'll see megalodon jaws, and there's lots of interactive displays as well there for the kiddies, which is fantastic. Even for the adults, it's not only fun, but it's educational as well. So there's lots of things for you to touch and interact with.
Come on, Harry! Go for it!
And then they have a section there where it's in the middle of the deep, which is the centerpiece, I would say, is this huge tank which is full of sharks, stingray, there's turtle in there, there are I think there's tuna in there, it's just a swordfish, loads of stuff to see. And then at various points in the museum you have little tunnel views that you can see it as well, so that's really, really cool. That's the main bit I go for, to be fair, because I just love my sharks. So I love to go close to the sharks. And then later on down the journey, you can go through that viewing tunnel and see them all there. Coming off from that, you also have areas of talking about the Amazon rainforest and all the species that live in there. So they've got a fantastic collection of poisonous frogs. They have insects, so there's some giant cockroaches. No, that's not for everyone. Snakes, piranhas, another one of my favourites. And all that sort of stuff. So there's plenty to see, and what I like about it is it's not just concentrated on one area or one species. It's just very, very vast. Another section that is fairly new to the deep, this was introduced later on after it opened, and that is the penguins and the ice section. So here you can walk through a tunnel of ice. You can touch the walls and feel how cold an iceberg is. And then at the end of this is the penguins. Now the penguins have all got names, and I've been before when it's been one of their birthdays and they have a little sign up saying happy birthday to whatever. And then they've also got a penguin cam in here, so you can see the penguins from. And then there's all sorts of information about the penguins and also about litter and pollution and how we as human beings can do more to keep life going on. They also have an exhibit on jellyfish, and this is pretty incredible. So you'll see quite a few jellyfish here. This is the biggest display that I've ever seen in an aquarium. Jellyfish, they have a jellyfish nursery which takes them from, they catch the jellyfish and then they make sure that they survive by building them up through the stages, so you can go and see that. It's actually beautiful, calm surroundings. So it's all dark inside. They've got twinkly lights on the ceilings, and then you can really clearly see the jellyfish, and that is absolutely stunning. And I must admit, if it was a quiet day, I would quite happily sit there and just watch the jellyfish for hours because it's really quite peaceful. Okay, let's talk food, because we all know that I love food. 2 cafes actually. And then they have a little picnic area, which is, I think it's predominantly for school trips, but you're well and welcome to take your own packed lunch and sit in there and have your food and drinks. So I think that's really good, especially the way things are at the minute. Not everybody can afford to go in the cafe. back to the glass tank in the middle of the deep, which is full of animals. There's two ways you can view this as well. There's a glass elevator that takes you from the bottom. So when you get to the end of the deep, there's a glass elevator that takes you from the bottom and it goes right the way up to the top, so you connect for the exit. But the beauty of this glass elevator is it's overlooking the tank, so you can slowly go up through the glass elevator and watch all the fish and things around you, which is magical. However, my tip would be, if you are visiting and you're able to, I know this isn't possible for some people if you've got wheelchairs or buggies and stuff like this, but you will get a much better view if you go up the stairs, because you're seeing the same thing. However, you can take your time. Bear in mind the elevator's going like that. On the stairs you can go as fast as slow as you want. So I always prefer to go up the stairs way. So yeah, that is a highlight of the trip. So I think we've covered the deep. Absolutely fantastic attraction. I believe it's the second largest aquarium in the UK and the first largest is in Plymouth. So I haven't been to the largest one, but have you guys been? Is there another aquarium that you can recommend in the UK? Because I do like an aquarium and I find them really tranquil. So if you can suggest any aquariums, not only for me, but for anybody else watching this video that might be into that sort of thing, please drop your comments below. And we're not that far from Hull where we live. So if anybody would like to see more videos on other attractions in and around the Hull area, let me know where you'd like me to go and visit and I'll try and pop by sometime this year. Alright, anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And if you do go to the deep, I hope you have an amazing time. I'm sure you will. Alright, thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.